Journaling is said to give you more mental clarity, ease anxiety, and give you an overall great feeling throughout the day. Now, I put that to the test. For the last 30 days, I journaled to see whether the myths about journaling were true or not. And here are the results. There are a variety of different journalings or journals you can keep. You have workout journals, you can have food journals. There's a thing called morning journals as well, which I'm going to get into a little later on. Or you can just keep a journal with you throughout the day and just jot some ideas down, jot some of your thoughts down when you're doing an activity or if you're going through something that day. I myself have been journaling about 4 to 5 years now, and my journaling consists of morning journals. Morning journals are for those that are looking to be creative, those that have mental blocks. So me being a rapper, it's important for me to make sure my pen is sharp. So when I wake up first thing in the morning, I reach for that journal and start jotting ideas down, start jotting down what I did the night before, start jotting down anything that comes to my head. And it's important to do that at the beginning of the day because it can help you get all the ideas down you might have had in your dreams. So I know a lot of artists have had great ideas in their dreams, and some ideas have occurred to them early in the morning. So I started to implement that strategy for around 4 to 5 years now. It's been very inconsistent. I've tried to keep it up. I think the pressure of having to write something first thing in the morning really got to me. I think some days I just forget rather than the not wanting to journal. But throughout this process, I've also been journaling throughout the day. So after a task, before work, there's a lot of things at the moment that are major going on in my life. So it was good for me to ease some of that anxiety and write it down. Sometimes you don't want to burden people with your worries, with your thoughts, and it's easier for you just to put it into a journal. And that's what I did. So 30 days, anything that I thought throughout the day, even when I was in the middle of work, I'd put that down for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and just write whatever was in my head. The kind of journal that I write in is an A5 style journal. A4 for me is a bit too long. My hands start cramping up and hurting after a while. So morning pages consist of 3 pages in the morning of freehand. I do listen to some lo-fi hip hop or lo-fi beats because that early in the morning it's way too quiet for me. And with my ADD going mad, like any sound will set me off. So I literally just put on some lo-fi hip hop, just kick back, relax, and start writing to the beat, I just write. And I've also found that A4 pages in the past as well can take too long, and sometimes they can be off-putting. So A5 is pretty good. You can write in something smaller if you like, but I think to get the most value from something like morning pages, you need to write on something bigger. Normal journaling, I do keep a smaller journal which I don't have to hand right now, but it's probably half the size of that, and that's I use for jotting ideas down, video ideas. Sometimes I use it to put my thoughts down on, and that's really important because you might think you're not going through anything. You might think that you're good, life's good, and all of a sudden, bang, you're hit with something quite dramatic, and the only way to get it out is to journal. If you're not a very overly emotional person like myself, I don't really talk about my feelings like that. I write things down. So my journals aren't overly emotional. They're just talking about what happened in my day, how it made me feel, and that's pretty much it. So with regards to easing anxiety, like I said, there's a few major things that have happened in my life recently, and I was anxious about them. And I believe that journaling has definitely helped me kind of get over that hurdle of thinking about what's going to happen next. Why did I do this? Should I have done this? Will the future be bright for me? Like all of these different things going through in my head. But like I said, when I get them down on paper, they kind of, I'm not saying they go away completely, but they do ease a lot of my anxiety, and I start thinking with a bit more clarity, which is the next point. I think if you're a creative, if you've got ideas down, just jot them down, have a journal, have an ideas journal. And I think with the mental clarity thing, for me, again, being artistic, being creative, you do have roadblocks. And it's not, writer's block or anything like that. It's those roadblocks that when you've done an idea or, you need a new idea, sometimes you forget, like in the middle of driving, for example, like if my wife is with me, I'll get her to jot the idea down that's just come into my head because I know for a fact I'm going to forget it. Or if I'm walking in the street or, if I'm at work or whatever, I have an idea, I whip out my phone and I just put it down, or I just write it down in my journal so I have it for later on. So in that regard, it has given me mental clarity. It has helped me remember things later on, and I have gone back to my journals. Morning journals, they say you shouldn't go back to, you should just carry on, and I've not read any of my morning journals. Other journals, like the one I'm keeping now, for ideas and different things like that, I do look back into for video ideas like this, and for future projects and future songs and everything like that I want to go through later on. I go into my journal, have a look, boom, it was this day, this time, let's get on with it, and that's how I do it. Regards to feeling better or feeling happier, I think any kind of release makes you feel better. So when you are going through something, you talk to your friend or family member about it, you feel good. And I believe that's what journaling is. That's what journaling has taught me. It's taught me that it's cool to not feel okay. It's cool to feel a little bit upset or sad. And again, I'm not an overly emotional person, but just getting it down on paper, it feels nice. It feels like you've just kind of, because I'm a very practical person, so when I'm doing things, I've got no time to think about anything else. But when that thought does creep in, I write it down, I get it done, it's out of the way, and then boom, I'm on to the next thing. Journaling for myself as well, I try to journal in different locations. So as I said, I journal in the mornings. I tried to journal in my dining room and my study. I've gone out as well for walks and journaled whilst on my walks. Unfortunately, because of the pandemic, it's been difficult to journal in like cafes or whatever. Hopefully one day I can do that again, but that was one of my favorite pastimes, was journaling in a cafe or just writing a track, being in the public eye, using the sort of the stimulus around you, or the stimuli, whatever the word is, around you to help you with that creative process. We're thinking about what you're doing, being mindful. And that's what journaling is. It's being mindful. It's going out of your way to think about what is going on around you and putting it down on paper. And I believe that whole, that buzzword of mindfulness is out there. And I think one of the best ways to do that is to do some mindfulness breathing, do meditation, do whatever. But I think the thing that comes closest to that is definitely journaling. Journaling has taught me a lot. It's taught me to respect the pen and the paper. The power the pen and the paper has is crazy. You might think, oh, journaling, why would I want to do that? That's what I thought. I thought it was a load of BS years ago. When I started doing it in the morning, like in terms of my writing ability for rap has got better. My mental clarity is definitely better. Anxiety, I think it's better. It could be better than what it is now, but it's definitely better than what it was. And I think journaling has definitely helped me on my way. And if I carry this on, I believe that this is gonna definitely help me in the future. Would I recommend journaling? 100% yes. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter, if you're a sports person, if you work a 9 to 5, if you have no job. I think that journaling has a very powerful feeling to it. I think being able to express yourself and not be judged is a nice thing. Luckily, the people I have around me are not like that. Whenever I've gone to them with an issue, there's never been that element of them judging me or anything like that. But I think having pages, having something to write your ideas down on, and have it just listening to you, because that's what those pages are doing. You're literally writing and they're listening to you, and I think that has definitely helped me throughout this process. So this was a 30-day experiment. I'm going to definitely continue on my way to journaling. Like I said, I've been journaling for a few years now, but I've been doing it kind of on and off. But I'm going to go out of my way to make sure I journal every single day, get my thoughts down 5, 10, 15 minutes a day. That's all we really need to get that mental clarity, to feel happier. And I think the way that my life is going and the way that things have been in the last year or two for everybody, I think it's made us aware of a lot more things. It's made us be grateful for a lot more things, and that's what journaling has also taught me. It's taught me to be grateful. I think there's sections where people write down their daily gratitude, what they're grateful for. I think that's another method of journaling I didn't really look into, but I usually do write things down that I'm grateful for in my morning pages, and I will continue to do so. And as I said, with my rap, it goes hand in hand, because if I have issues with an idea, if I have issues with my day, I can just get it down on that piece of paper. Guys, thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit the like button, make sure to subscribe and share. All of my social links are in the description box below. Make sure you follow me up. I would really appreciate it. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace and love. Take care.